Alright everybody, it's Jacob here, getting ready to play some Modern. I'm testing for Magic Fest Palm Beach because it's actually close to where I live, and I was thinking about taking Breach, but I've come to the conclusion that while that deck might be good, it is extremely taxing to play emotionally, so I'm probably just playing Blue Moon with Thing in the Ice. I got my two Deprives here as sort of the evil twin of Mana Leak. This card's really good in the late game and terrible in the early game because you can use it to bounce back Mystic Sanctuary, but makes you put a land in your hand when you cast it. In my flex spot, I'm running 2 copies of the Royal Scions. These could be Brazen Borrowers, these could be Jace. Honestly, anything that helps you win the game. But there's a lot of Amulet Titan right now, and I think giving Thing in the Ice Trample is really, really excellent. And fueling Magmatic Sinkhole is really, really good at killing that 4 toughness Dryad. I also got my 3 Aether Gusts in the sideboard. And with that, let's just get going. Play some Modern. We were in 3rd on the leaderboard, but there's a bunch of talented Magic players above us right now. Might be able to get back on there tonight, but I'm not super worried about it. Just mostly want to get my reps in if I'm going to be going to Palm Beach. Want to try and practice, refamiliarize myself with the Thing in the Ice play style, see if there's anything I missed. Here's hoping we don't run into any graveyard-based decks today, because those are just a really quick way to kill the mood. Like, they're like anti-hype, you know? This hand's pretty good. We're on the play. I'm going to keep this. I think I'm going to lead on Mystic Sanctuary tapped. Actually, that might not be a good idea. Let's go with Steam Vents tapped. We currently don't have a 2-drop in our hand, and this Mystic Sanctuary could come in handy if we happen to draw a land. Tectonic Edge. Alright, so we're definitely going to steal that Ether Vial, I'm pretty sure. Would really stink if they played Thalia here, but other than that, I think we're good. Nope, no Thalia. Now I think we're gonna do one of these. Given their current mana base, this might just be game. I'm not sure. Nope. Okay. There's Thalia. I think I'd go for the Blood Moon anyway. Yeah, now I definitely go for the Blood Moon. If they're Eldrazian taxes, this should shut off most of their deck. It also shuts off any Ghost Quarters if that's what they're all about. Giver of Runes. I think that one's probably not dying to Lightning Bolt first. I think we're going to prioritize killing Thalia. And then we can either Snapcaster Mage, Archmage's Charm the Giver of Runes, or use it to counter whatever they're playing next. We got options. Okay. think I'm stealing this Giver of Runes. If they path it, that's kind of bad. Restoration Angel. That's quite good. Are we dead? We're probably not dead, but that was an extremely good play. Yeah, I'm taking an emotional break from Through the Breach just because it's really tiring to play. Hey, Rave. Now, what do we do here? That Resto was such a good play. Now we're kind of on the back foot, aren't we? Yeah, Breach is a really exhausting deck to play. Yeah, they might be able to claw their way back in here. Let's do some opting. I think I like Thing in the Ice. Let's try one of these. Even Mind Sensor. I think I will use Aether Vial's ability. And I think I'm going to counter draw. Hopefully hit a Lightning Bolt so that I can kill Giver of Runes. Ideally, they're not going to have Path to Exile here. They might, though. They do. Okay, now we're kind of running out of time. How was school today? School was fantastic. I had a great work day. Alright, let's try one of these. Okay, there's Lightning Bolt, and yet another Lightning Bolt. So let's start by bolting this. It appears they're mono white Death and Taxes. So this Blood Moon's not doing too much. Although it's kinda coming in handy. Okay, 8. What is this? Wall of Omens. That, I think I'm going to fire an Opt now and try and find Magmatic Sinkhole. No Magmatic Sinkhole, but we got Cryptic Command, which I kind of dig. Yeah, this Blood Moon is actually doing work, because those Tectonic Edges would have been a hassle. Unfortunately, we drew another Flooded Strand. I'd really like to find a copy of the Royal Scions, something like that. Be quite excellent. Now if we find a Snapcaster Mage, we might be able to stabilize. But we're probably just going to hit another land. Royal Scions would be an excellent draw. Force of Negation's nothing. I should have played around Restoration Angel for that one turn, shouldn't I? I was certain they were on Eldrazi and Taxes was the only thing. We could still draw Sinkhole. We could still draw Snapcaster Mage. Okay, they're gonna draw a card here. I'd really like to draw anything but a land, but we drew yet another land. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're about halfway through our deck. The ratio is a little off, though. Yeah, this is probably the end of us. They blew us out with that Restoration Angel. And now we just can't seem to answer it, and now we lose. Really upsetting. I thought we were doing quite well. Yeah, our deck just really didn't want us to win there. There's Sinkhole. Took long enough. Just drew a lot of lands there. I do think Blood Moon's actually quite good. Not a fan of Force of Negation, though. As long as we can draw our Royal Scions to discard extra copies of Blood Moon, I think I'm fine with having the third in here. I know they're mono white, but they were running a lot of non-basics. Let's give that a shot. No, most of their things don't really... How do I put this? If we need to anger the gods, we're likely already losing. Does that make any sense? I suppose it could be better than a card like Remand, but on the play, I kind of actually like Remand. If we can keep their Ether Vials off the table with Abrade and Archmage's Charm, Remand actually has some text on it. Yeah. I feel like it's gonna be one of those streams, right? One of the streams where we just end up mulliganing a whole lot. I think I'm bottoming the Mystic Sanctuary. We got Abrade, though, which is gonna be excellent. We got Ral. He is actually hitting our land drops. Positive visualization. Okay, this is a 5-0 stream. I feel like a big part of that is not up to us, though. Okay, I'm not going to Abrade just yet. I'm going to hold up Remand, and then likely Abrade next turn. If they don't do anything here, I'll Abrade. Interesting. Double Aether Vials, very scary. As is not drawing another land. There it is. Taking a lot of damage from our mana base here. And they, of course, have something to vial in. It's going alright, Patty. Oh, the Scions were great in every league that I've played them, but there's so much pressure in this deck we might not be able to do anything. Yeah. That's so unfortunate. And they got the Forge Tender to protect Arbiter as well. That's so unlucky. Yeah, that's really bad. Yep. Now they sacrificed that. I wouldn't be surprised if they had another Ghost Quarter here. I just feel like it's going to be one of those leagues. Like, get Ghost, make one misplay in the first one, get Ghost Quartered out of the game by Arbiter. Rest in peace, yep. Yep. Very unfortunate. Yep. could have spell snared it. But I was looking over at chat and I assumed their turn was over. That was my fault. Should have focused. Cool. We wouldn't have got there anyway. Yeah, I was kind of over that game. Match 1 was just a gigantic land fest, and then they had everything they needed to lock us out. They had the second Ghost Quarter, they had the Forge Tinder, they had 2 Aether Vials. It was not gonna happen. Really sad, though. Yeah, I don't know if I would say Death and Taxes is a meta killer or anything. I think that guy's just probably really proficient with it and, like, had an insanely good draw against us. Thank you, Patty. We're gonna need the luck. Good job, Temu. I'd play some of those prelims too if they weren't at like 2 o'clock in the morning where I live, or like going on while I was working. Like they build their whole deck around Arbiter, but they kind of need it to work. This was just one match, Witch King. Like, maybe another Abrade if Death and Taxes is like a huge chunk of the meta. But I think he can get away with the one Abrade because he got a bunch of Archmage's charms to steal vials. And other things that would mostly die to Abrade, like, what's it called? Amulet of Vigor? Does beating Jund mean your deck is modern viable? If you beat Jund and Burn, probably. So this is likely Storm, right? Yeah, it's probably Storm. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think you're fine with one Abrade. Tends to be a weak card in a lot of matches anyway. Yeah, I'll keep Charm. Okay, let's go with Island here. We could Sinkhole a Brawl or whatever if they play it here, but if they do that, I think I'm just going to hit it with Archmage's Charm instead. Alright, they got nothing, so I fancy myself drawing 2 here. Remand, right? Not really upset about that. Let's see what they do. They're probably going to go for a Gifts Ungiven here. I think I'm fine with that. Let's draw some cards. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. We'll just put the cards in their hand that line up well with what we currently got. Alright, they're taking their time. Is it possible to lose turn 2 to Storm? Do they have a turn 2 win? You'd have to, like, Ritual, Manamorphose, play Spell Dude, and then, like, cast a bunch of rituals? Is that a thing that happens, though? Okay. Given what's in our hand, I think I'm fine giving them a Goblin Electromancer and Remand in the graveyard. They can have Baral and Past in Flames. Because Past in Flames lines up really well with Force of Negation. And Baral lines up really well with Lightning Bolts. So I think that's where I'm heading. They discard Repeal, which is good. That card likely wasn't going to do anything against us anyway. Yeah, I'm not afraid of Storm casting Gifts Ungiven. I'm really not. Like, unless they already have a board presence, most of the time we can deal with what they got going. Remand, correct. Nope, Manamorphose. Alright. Again, not super worried here. They might play another one, in which case we'll just bolt it. Are they going for Grape Shot here? No, they're just casting Manamorphoses for the heck of it. Alright. I won't judge. Six cards in hand. Is this Past in Flames? No, it's Baral. Resolves. I think that's a Lightning Bolt. We know Past in Flames is one of the cards in their hand. Sure. Gifts Ungiven. Alright, let's think this through. We know their other card is... We know their other card is Past in Flames, correct? So... Do I just Magmatic Sinkhole this? Let's think. They're gonna have 4 mana, 5 mana. Yeah, they're gonna have 5 mana. Have they played a land yet? They have. They played Scalding Tarn. 5 mana doesn't do anything for them. I think I'm fine letting this resolve. What's the worst they can do? They can get more rituals. I think I'm fine with that. They can try to go for a Remand. think I'm fine with them just dumping all their resources in their graveyard. Just going to dump these. And we can sinkhole the... Yeah, okay, sure. So after this, they're going to have 7 mana. Okay. But what are they going to do with it? I know their hand is Past in Flames, Goblin, Electromancer. I think we're navigating this pretty well. That's it's Force of Negation, Past in Flames. Then we're gonna Sinkhole Goblin Electromancer. We're gonna leave the Force of Negation in our graveyard though. And then we'll Force of Negation Past in Flames when they try to cast it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. They just devoted a large chunk of their resources to a turn that basically amounts to nothing. I'm so happy Force of Negation actually exiles. What an elegantly designed card. That's a counterspell. Now we just go with Force here. And they don't have access to Past in Flames anymore. And I am all about that life. I would not be surprised if they concede. There we go. Good shit. Good shit. Okay, Flusterstorm is an obvious one. I think Aether Gust is also very good as well because they tend to bring in Aria Fling, and a bunch of their really big payoff spells are red cards as well. Blood Moon's not great. The Royal Scions, we're probably not going to find an opportunity to cast them. I like 1 Anger in the spot of the 2 of them. Cryptic's probably not ideal. We have Aether Gust to end up bouncing the Aria Flame, so that should be good enough. And I think we just win with Snapcaster Beats, Thing in the Ice, and running them out of resources. That seems like something I want to do. And I think I'm going to bring in the extra Anger over one of the Sinkholes, just as a hedge against Empty the Warrens. Nah, I'm not... I think against us, they're less on the Gifts Ungiven plan and more on the cast Aria Flame and burn you a whole lot plan. And Ashiok lines up really poorly against that plan. So I actually don't like bringing in Graveyard Hate against Storm unless the opponent just seems really, really confident for some reason that they have a good matchup against us, which they do not. Spoilers. They absolutely don't. But yeah, I don't like bringing in Graveyard Hate against Storm. I think most of the time we can navigate the game in such a way where, like, we don't need Graveyard Hate to win. It's also risky to tap out for. And I think our draw-go game is really, really strong here. Doing good, Shadows. Yeah, we're running the Royal Scions in place of Brazen Borrowers and the like, just to see how they are. I probably should have opted there, but I don't exactly know what I'm looking for yet. Oh no, you're absolutely fine, man. You didn't do anything wrong. You gotta play to win. That's what it's all about. I think I was playing Breach. Yeah, like, you just did a really cool, efficient play game 1. And, game 2, I lost because Breach is, like, kind of an inconsistent deck. That's something I gotta get over. It's not really your fault at all. Yeah. Alright, we're in a really good spot here. We can undo our mulligan if we're able to successfully cast Archmage's Charm. Our opponent's burning their Manamorphoses kind of haphazardly here, I think. Yeah, they're just spinning their wheels. Yeah, Breach is, like a very hot and cold deck. It's either really, really good or absolutely garbage. And I don't think I have the emotional stamina to play it for long periods of time. I think it's good that I'm attempting to play it, because I think it helps make up for an area I'm really weak in as a Magic player, which is just, like, keeping myself sane in a storm of nonsense. Like, that's something I really work on, and Breach helps with that. So I'm taking kind of a risk here by tapping out for Thing in the Ice, but looks like they don't have the means to punish us. And I think I'm actually discarding the second Thing in the Ice here, unfortunately. I'd rather just hold up Snapcaster Mage and 2 counter spells. Yeah, I don't think Breach is for a lot of people. I don't think Breach is for me, honestly, but I'd be lying if I said it didn't help me improve my mental game. I feel a lot calmer after playing it, because I've learned to just accept, like, sometimes you're gonna draw 3 Emrakuls. Like, that's a thing that's gonna happen. It's kind of, like, synonymous with life in that regard. Sometimes you just end up drawing 3 Emrakuls in life when you really need that through the Breach. I don't know. I feel like Snare's kind of narrow. I only got the 1. And Amulet Titan's such a big chunk of the meta that you really don't want to draw Spell Snare against it. When it's powerful, it's really, really powerful. And it's a great catch-up mechanic. I just feel like with Thing in the Ice, you don't want a whole lot of dead cards. You want cards that are like singletons if they're dead and easy enough to side out. And I don't know, I just feel as if... Do I Bolt Snap Bolt here? I don't think I do. I think I put Archmage's Charm on top. Like, if I'm gonna run cards that have the potential to be dead in this deck, I only kind of want them as 1-ofs or 2-ofs. Unless the meta, like, dictates otherwise. Exactly, Old Wolf. Like, that's why I was saying, Breach feels like one of the most unfair things when it works. It's just actually getting it to work is quite difficult. That costs 3, right? I think I'm actually gonna do this. They might go for Remand here, and if they do, I'll hold up Bolt and Flusterstorm. Mm-hmm. Is this Veil of Summer? Our opponent's so skilled. Watch out. Let's Flusterstorm that. That feels like justice. Hannah?
What?
You know I'm streaming, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm stretching.
Okay. Okay, what are they looking for here, I wonder?
Do you want me to wait to make your burrito until after?
No, that'd be fine. Yeah, Archmage's Charm is a big reason to play this archetype. It's just one of the best interactive spells they've printed in a very, very long time. It's one of the few counter spells you can actually play proactively. Yeah. Okay, they cast Wipe Away. That's fine. Like, I don't care. Like, we'll just kill him the old-fashioned way with Snapcaster Mage. Like, sounds good to me. Let's go with Deprive on top. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like a 3-mana counter spell that has a really good mode against the Prowess decks is always something I'm on board for. Mm-hmm. Oh, the new blue intervention is similar, but Archmage's Charm is, like, unlike that card, it's actually modern power level. Like, being able to always counter the spell is huge. What do I do here? I think I go with Spell Snare. This kind of sets me up for... what's it called? Grape Shot, I suppose. But if that's the case, I think we're fine because we still got Thing in the Ice. Let's see if they have another Veil. They probably don't. This is probably Grape Shot, right? Like, if I were my opponent, I'd cast Grape Shot here just to clear the board.
I think you've got a Grape Shot and Grape Shot.
I'm just remanning this ritual. They could be trying to ritual into goblins, and I'm not having any of that. Alright, let's just keep on attacking. No Thing in the Ice here, I think. They're dead on board next turn. If they want to make something happen, they gotta do it now. That's terrible, Jaws. I'm sorry about that. Is Sony gonna do anything about that? Is your bank gonna do anything about that? Is there any way you can get that money refunded? Like, that's terrible.
What did Sony do?
One of my friends got their PlayStation account hacked. Yeah. Sony is fixing it, but it still sucks knowing someone could do that. Yeah, I agree. You have every right to feel upset about that. That's dreadful. But yeah, Sir Mibito, Modern Horizons gave this deck so much. Like Flusterstorm being legal, Archmage's Charm, Sinkhole was a really, really big one. Just a lot of really great Magic cards for this archetype. Also Force, yeah. How could I forget about Force of Negation? Yeah, you're absolutely right. Okay, we're just doing this, right? Hold them. And that should be it. Storm is not a hard matchup as long as you're patient. If you have the tools to beat them and you're patient, it can be a very easy matchup. And then you feel like the better blue-red deck, even though you're probably not. There's so many talented freaking Magic players here. Jeez. Look at these people. Someday. When's the next preliminary? It's 1 day and 3 hours from now. So at like 9 o'clock, no, in 58 minutes. So like at 10 o'clock at night. They're always so late. One, two, three, 4 happy days. But yeah, I think this is going to be the deck I'm going to play at Palm Beach. And now I just got to put my reps in. Maybe I'll go up to a second Ral if I feel like there's going to be a lot of Jund. But I don't know what I would take out for that. Maybe a Relic. Then I just lose to Dredge, don't I? Yeah. I do have 2 of them. And it is really, really nice just having an I win the game button against mid-range. Main deck a Ral over Scions. I don't know if I want to do that because I'm only running 21 lands. I also feel that while Ral is a powerful control and mid-range trump card, he's not as flexible in a general number of matchups as the Scions. And I want my main deck cards to be flexible, you know? I think I'm looking for a threat here. So I'll start with Serum Visions. I've actually liked Ral in pretty much all matchups somehow. That's awesome. Yeah, maybe I'm just playing him wrong. Who knows? Like, I could be thinking too narrowly about the card. I don't know if I can get to him consistently in 21 lands, though, unless it's against a mid-range or a control deck. Inquisition. Alright. Probably taking Snapcaster Mage. So, topping that thing in the ice was a bad idea. But you play with what you have. Ideally, we don't pay for this too dearly. Castle Lockwing. Okay, the Lurgoyf. There's Cryptic. Feel like they're just gonna play Liliana here. Ah, why do you always do this, love? Could it be when I'm not streaming?
Watch the scud.
Okay. I'll be right back, everybody. Hi, we're back. Yep, definitely wasn't playing Questing Beast in my head. I definitely wasn't playing around that. That's so unfortunate. Main deck Plague Engineer too. Special. Let's try that. Yeah, leagues can be very strange sometimes. I thought we had it. We were approaching the lock, and they had a hasty 4/4. Yeah, let's not forget about the main deck Plague Engineer. Pretty sure that'll come up again. I was expecting a non-creature spell at some point during that game, but apparently they don't believe in them. Ral is a good one. I will keep Ral. Okay, there's Bob. It's a good lightning bolt target. Now we're getting to the point where we can start Archmage's Charming. We'll just climb up to Ral, and then if they don't have Assassin's Trophy, we're likely going to run away with the game. Royal Scions is pretty okay. Nothing super good to write home about, but it's a fine main deck inclusion. I'd say it's probably on par with Brazen Borrower. Obviously the cards fulfill different roles, but I've been liking them. Probably Field of Ruining here, right? That gives us a free opt. I'll keep those. Get Island here. I imagine our sets are expensive online because nobody plays Standard online. Is this Lily? Let's see if they got Veil of Summer to pair with it. Do I counter this? I feel like I don't. I feel like Ral should do a fine job of killing that. Yeah, that's the card I'm more worried about. I'm afraid of Questing Beast now, though. But now I don't think I have to be. Did you burn yourself, honey?
No, I just really have to go to the bathroom.
Okay, I was worried that you injured yourself.
No, I'm just trying to get this all out before I go to the bathroom, and then I will finish the next step.
Ashiok. That's scary. We could actually mill ourselves out now, right? I think we down tick, kill Scoobs. Alright, they're gonna mill us for probably a lot more. I don't know if this is game, though. We might be able to just beat down with Snapcaster Mage. Especially with the Royal Scions out. It is a distinct possibility. Okay, that works. Goodbye. Am I worried about Lily? Kinda. I'll wait a turn. Okay, we're good. Now the game should just be over. Got a lot of ways to slice this potato. Now, I'm not too worried about milling myself, but now that I got Snapcaster Mage out, I think I'm just going to plus here. Cryptic seems good. They should be dead next turn. Because we can Bolt Snap Bolt them and then plus on the Royal Scions. We actually don't even need to plus, right? We can just... Why'd they kill that one? Is that the one we targeted? This should be a shame concession. They actually pushed the wrong Snapcaster Mage. I think we had one more bolt left in our deck, too. Yeah, so now we know Ashiok's a thing they're going to bring in against us. I don't think I'd do anything different. Like, I really like our configuration right now. Let's just run it back. Yeah, we draw a lot of cards, so that mill could actually cost us the game. Thankfully, it didn't there. And if we have any board presence at all and they don't, Ashiok's kind of whatever. This hand's excellent. They need a discard opener and a strong 2-drop that doesn't die to bolt. But the thing is, the way our hand's constructed, it's likely a Goyf would die to bolt. Let's just shock ourselves here. That way we can leave up either Flusterstorm or Lightning Bolt. Is this brutality? Nope, it's nothing. Okay. Fine by me. Aether Gust. That one's good. Again, we gotta be able to get to turn 3 and then start charming. Liliana. That's unfortunate, because now we have to Deprive. This is one of the situations where Mana Leak would, of course, be better. Still think we're doing alright, though. Hopefully they don't have another Lily. Another Lily would be devastating. Okay, Bob's fine. Now we can Lightning Bolt plus Opt. I'll take another land. Excellent. I'm not going to Serum Visions here because I don't think there's anything we're actually looking for. Alright, this might be Questing Beast mana. Let's find out. What do they got? Okay, Tarmogoyf, sure. Let's see what else. Unearth. That's interesting. What do I want to do with that? I just Snapcaster Mage Lightning Bolt, right? We can Aether Gust this nerd anytime. I want to save Flusterstorm for the Veil of Summer that I feel like they probably have in their hand. Maybe I should have flustered that. Yeah, I might have. I just feel like they had Veil of Summer. But if they did, I could have gusted it. That I want to counter. You might be right. That might end up costing me the game, right? This is awesome, though. Okay. Let's see what we got. Next turn, we're either going to deprive what they play with Flusterstorm backup, or we're going to Aether Gust their Tarmogoyf with Flusterstorm backup. So given that, I think we keep Cryptic Command on top, and then the Royal Scions. Because I really want to play the Royal Scions with the 2-mana counterspell back. I'm fine taking another 5 here, because I think we're starting to stabilize. Black-green definitely has Veil against us right now. I'm absolutely certain they do. Like, I would bet my life on it. Watch this. I bet they got it. No. Well, I was wrong, but I'm kind of happy to be wrong there. Okay, let's go with Deprive. Let's go with Cryptic plus Flooded Strand. So now that they've drawn their card, I'm going to Aether Gust here. There we go. Okay, if they put Tarmogoyf on top of the library, they could crack Nurturing Peatland to draw it again. Thoughtseize. That's so unfortunate. I had a feeling they would do that, though. Flusterstorm here. If they want to Thoughtseize us, it's going to take their entire turn. And we have another Mystic Sanctuary, so no matter what they take here, we will have a counterspell for their Tarmogoyf. Let's see if they pay for it. It looks like they will. But we're quickly setting up a lock.
Do you want anything besides beans and ground?
Lettuce would be awesome.
Right, I don't know if the lettuce is still good. But I will check.
Alright, they don't know what we kept on top, so they left us with the Planeswalker, which is gonna be their downfall. Because right now, we should be... I forgot what I was gonna say. We'll put Deprive on top.
That lettuce isn't good anymore.
That actually is a mistake. That was a huge mistake. I'm dumb. Because we don't have a card to discard now. Yeah, I was an idiot. Definitely messed up there. Yeah, I'm dumb. I should put Gust on top. Yeah, that was a huge punt. Should just let him Thoughtseize, shouldn't I? Are they gonna play a second Goyf here? Yeah, I deserve to lose that game. I'm not thinking straight. There's too much going on. And we had to shuffle away the Cryptic Command as well. Collective Brutality. Okay, that's really bad. So now we lose. Kinda deserve to lose too. Or we don't lose. That's actually incredible. Okay, what luck. It's still not looking great, but... Okay. Now they're going to play the Goyf. We have 2 looks. Incredible. Hang on 1 second, please. I'm just at a really crucial point. I made a horrible misplay and now we're somehow still alive.
Do you want me to double wrap it? 'Cause it's a little...
Can you ask me in like
Yes.
2 minutes? If that's okay?
Sure.
Thank you. Yeah, Gust is really, really good tech. Please don't be Veil of Summer. I've been playing around Veil of Summer this whole time. Maybe they're just fetching because they don't want to lose their Goyf. Thank you, I try. I try to have a good relationship. It's hard to communicate these things when you're stressed. I think we're gonna draw 4 here. And now they're dead. Yeah, we had no right winning that game. I made a horrible misplay, but we... Okay, I feel like if I do another game immediately after that, I'm gonna do terrible. So I'm gonna eat this burrito and drink some water. What was that you were saying, Hannah?
Do you want me to double wrap it because it's a little messy?
No, that's fine. I just need a fork. I'll be right back, everybody. Oh, man.
Sorry.
I didn't even know how dehydrated I was.
I'm sorry I was so loud.
Hannah, it's not your fault. I'm really sensitive to that stuff. You're just being a normal, functioning human being. You're okay. I'm the one with the issue. I promise.
Okay.
Thank you for apologizing, but you didn't do anything wrong. So, this is a pretty large burrito. So unless you guys want to hear me do burrito ASMR, I should probably mute myself, right? Let's do that. I'll be right back, everybody. Alright, everybody, we're back. I still got about half of that burrito. But I can probably eat that while I'm streaming.
ASMR.
Burrito ASMR. Just Con, thank you for the follow. Happy to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Pardon me. like this.
The burrito?
Yeah, the burrito, but also this opening hand. We can use the Serum Visions to try and hit land drops. We got Force of Negation in case we got to counter an Aether Vial or a Neoform. What's changed in the past 2 years? Modern Horizons, mostly. Modern Horizons basically made this deck viable. You got Archmage's Charm, Sinkhole, Force of Negation. All kinds of really good interactive spells. Okay, let's bottom those. Resolves. I'm just spying on the arch enemy. Nah, you're not my enemy. You're playing modern. You're my friend. Oof. No lands. Now I guess we just gotta hope they play a non-creature spell. Yeah, I kind of feel like that's a compliment. If we can be the archenemy of anything in Modern, that means our deck's at least somewhat playable, right? Now, I think Amulet's a really, really cool deck. The only card I don't like in it's Cavern of Souls. But I have a personal vendetta against that card, regardless of the deck that it's actually in. Yikes. Well, we got really unlucky here. I tend to keep one landers if they got Serum Visions and an Opt, as well as a Force, but it just seems like the Magic Gods don't want us to win this one. I feel like that one would have been a snap keep in any circumstance I was in playing this deck. We just need to hit a land here, and I feel like we can do some really good magic. Emery, okay, now maybe not so much. Yeah, okay, looks like we lost this one. No extra land in the top 13 cards of our deck. That seems weird. At least we learned enough about what our opponent's doing. Oh, there's a land. I like Ashiok against this deck. And I don't know what else. That might be it. Maybe Flusterstorm? Although I don't know if they're running a large amount of instants and sorceries. I know they're probably running like War of Invention. Other than that though, I'm not sure. Let's just try Ashiok and see how it works. Yeah, it's the best hate against Amulet for sure. I agree with that. Although something's gotta hate on Amulet, you know? Yeah, I think this is blue-black. I could be wrong. This hand seems okay. Hannah, can I hand you this plate? Morgie's trying to eat the ground beef off of it.
Oh, that's because she is a carnivore in heart. She wants to eat her prey.
Yeah, maybe Fluster should have been good. Maybe I should have brought that in. Maybe Fluster would have been good, is what I meant. thing's probably gonna get fatal pushed, isn't it? Thoughtseize. Yeah. Would not be surprised if we saw Ashiok get taken here. They take the Remand. See if our boy lives. We can use Ashiok to fuel our own sinkhole, so that's kind of cool. I don't know if we're going to get to that point, but it's a thing that can happen. Probably playing Thopter Foundry here. No, Goblin Engineer. No, Sword of the Meek. Alright. Okay, I guess this means we play Ashiok. Fine down ticking here. They don't really have a whole lot of attacking stuff going on anyway. Hopefully they don't have a Thopter Foundry in hand. If they do, that would be really bad for us. Alright, they got fetch land. Love to see it. Okay, Abrade's good. Start with one of these. I think I like that. Feel like destroying the Sword of the Meek and then milling. Alright, we milled another Urza. That's really cool. Chromatic Star. I don't know what this deck is. I kind of want to mill more just to find out. Like Wishclaw Talisman, Thoughtseize, Thopter Foundry. Could this be Underworld Breach? Is that a thing? It's probably not a thing. Yeah, Wizards doesn't want to support Modern because they can't profit off of it easily. But the upside of that is when you get people who stream Modern, it's because they really, really love the format and not just because they're shills, like begging for people to like throw money at them and stuff. Like, I'm sure when Arena became the new hotness, there were a bunch of people who like love Magic who just were like, I'll play Standard because that's what'll make me money. But I don't think you have to worry about that with Modern streamers because this isn't where the money is. I know that's probably a cynical thing for me to say, but it's quite good when you think about it because it means if you see somebody streaming Modern, they probably really, really like what they do. And if they're having fun, you're probably going to have fun. Do I take Lightning Bolt out here? I know Emery's probably a really, really good target. And I didn't see any fatal pushes in any of the stuff I milled. They might be bringing it in now. I probably should be worried about Emery, shouldn't I? I'll take out one thing in the ice. One Lightning Bolt for the Flusterstorms. That might not be correct. Actually, let's try it like this. There we go. Goblin Engineer. Yeah, that's true. So the Lightning Bolt's probably pretty good. Yeah, we got a few bolt targets. Maybe it's not correct to take out one. Maybe I should have left in all 4. This hand's great. Thoughtseize, right? Alright. Spell Snare should probably be taken here if they have a Thopter Foundry. And if that's the case, we only got 1 copy of Abrade. So we would need to draw a Force of Negation. They take Snappy. Okay. Fascinating. Interesting. Let's think. I like shocking this in. I'm not going to play Thing in the Ice out immediately. I think it's important for us to hold up our counter magic. Okay, there's Astrolabe. And no Emery yet. Force. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, Urza would obviously be bad here. Grinding Station. So it is Underworld Breach. So we gotta make sure that the breach itself does not resolve, which I think we can pull off. In fact, I'm almost certain we can pull that off. Is now our window to actually resolve Thing in the Ice? I think it is. I respect that. I'm not going to take the bait, though. Like, it's great bait, mate, but not going to take it. Yeah, Sanctuary is excellent. Huge, huge boost for this archetype. Yeah, so they're definitely trying Underworld Breach. Like, I'd bet my life on it. What? I would. Why else would they be running Grinding Station?
Keep betting your life on it.
Have I said that multiple times this stream?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I guess I can get a bit repetitive sometimes. I apologize, honey. Okay, there's Urza. Let's go with one of these. And some of these. And some of these. I'm doing it. Yeah. Yeah. Hannah, do we have to watch The Witcher? Can we watch old episodes of SpongeBob instead?
I want to watch The Witcher.
I do too. I know. I know. I get it. The Witcher is a really good show. I don't know why though. I feel like I want to just like lay in bed, eat gelato, and watch old SpongeBob. Pacing always helps me think. I kind of need to hit a land here. Those are lands. Those are good lands. I will take that. Gimme. Nice. They milled us. I respect that. That's such a good play. Like, that was a really good play. Should we return the favor and mill them? Nah, let's wait. Put Deprive on top. Put Remand on top. Let's see if we can get them to grind away a healthy amount of their spells here. Zoinks. Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to do. I think they want to mill us out. Challenge accepted. Race to the finish. Let's see who's got it. Okay, there's Underworld Breach. Alright. There's a sword. Don't watch TV at all. Just watch the finale of every modern Pro Tour in Worlds. But Hannah doesn't like watching Paper Magic. What do I do in that scenario? I'm trying to think of how to get out of this. Hannah used to play a lot with me, but then we started doing other stuff and just didn't have time for it. And I had to sell her Boggles deck. Yeah, they're trying to mill us. I don't think our life total matters a whole lot here, and I want to put the Fear of God in them. Sigh. Nah. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. 4-1 Dream is alive. Did they mill the second Ashiok? I don't think they did. You know what? I'm Spell Snaring that. Just because it's another artifact. Mox Opal, sure. So they can mill 9 more cards. We can actually return this Ashiok to our hand and continue the milling, can't we? That's a thing we can do. I think I do that. I really do. Like, I just want to end this game. Do I risk anything by doing that? They only have 2 cards in their hand, so I don't think so. Yeah, I could see something like this working in Lantern Control. I don't know about Thopter Sword. I feel like Thopter Sword's already so good. So for that, I just Cryptic counter, return Ashiok. Then I Force of Negation whatever they play here, right? That sounds about right. Cool. So we lost to not hitting our land drop game 1, and then navigated games 2 and 3 pretty well, I think. I like how we did there. Yeah, I'm not playing Breach right now, Chicken King, because I wanted to take a break from it emotionally. Speaking of breaks, I think I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back, everybody. Alright, we're back for the final game of the stream. We got one more to go. We beat Storm, the Rock, and some Underworld Breach Brew. And we lost to Mono White Death and Taxes. So we haven't faced Amulet yet, or I think any of the real top dogs of the format. But there's one thing Blue Moon is actually very good at. It's just beating up jank. You run a bunch of generically good interaction, and most of the time, that coupled with a little bit of luck and some skill should win the day in most matches. That being said, I'm really curious to see how we do against one of the top decks. So maybe we'll get lucky and have a pretty big challenge in this final game. Alright, final round. And we are going first. That's excellent. This hand's fine. Assuming we can actually hit our second land drop, which should be easy to do with Serum Visions. And if we can lead into our third, we got a game plan. We just, again, gotta get to turn 3 so that Archmage's Charm is online. Blue Moon really used to be about, like, game to turn 4 so you could hold up Cryptic Command. But I feel like the addition of Charm, and that being sort of like the integral core of the strategy, has made it so that you kind of just gotta survive till turn 3, and then you can start playing the kind of Magic you want to. I feel like turns 2 and turns 1 are just kind of like setting up and trying to make sure your opponent doesn't get too far ahead. And game 3 is when you start making the really, really important decisions. Alright, I'll keep Mystic Sanctuary. Just because it's our second land. And we'll hope that Serum Visions will find us our third. Okay, Once Upon a Time. This could be Neoform. Forest. It's not. It might be Infect. It's not. No turn 1 Glistener Elf. Could be Amulet. It could be. That is a distinct possibility. In which case, I think the Royal Scions plus Sinkhole is going to be killer here. No, Windswept Heath. It might be Infect. Like, I could see it being Infect. Plains. No, it's not. Yeah, it looks like we're against another brew. Bant Titan. It's a Titan variant? Yeah, most likely. Probably, right? I don't know, 2 forests? Wouldn't they be wanting to run a more diverse suite of lands for, like, Field of Ruin? I don't know, it could be another brew, everybody. Could be. Does this explore something I want to counter? Let's go with yes. No. Sure. Whatever they are, they're trying to ramp. It's probably ramping into Titan, so anything we can do to slow them down is probably wise. Okay, there's the snow-covered forest. So I'm going to take a risk here. I'm going to play the Royal Scions out because it will increase our chances of winning drastically. I'm discarding Force. If they have Pact of the Titan, into Castle Garenberg, that's a mistake for me to do. If they don't, however, I think it's the best thing to discard. Valak at the Molten Pinnacle. Okay. Okay. Fine by me. I wish I had an opportunity to respond to the land drops happening. But alas, I do not. There's Steve. Okay. So our Royal Scions doesn't actually take damage there, thankfully. Because we managed to kill the Dryad while the trigger was on the stack. It's whenever a mountain enters the battlefield, if you control at least 5 other mountains, you may have Valakut deal 3 damage. But because we killed it in response, they no longer controlled that many. I think we're playing this quite well. Radiant Fountain, that's fine. Curious what the white splash is for. Put Deprive on top. This is one thing the Scions do that's really synergistic, is when you have Mystic Sanctuary, you can uptick them immediately to get the card back in your hand. Something that I found really comes in handy. Neither Reliquary and sideboard cards. Yeah, I could see that. And they've conceded. Cool. Cool. Does this count as facing Amulet Titan? Probably not, right? It's probably different enough to not be like, we're so good against the meta. But I don't think it's different enough to not bring in these Aether Gusts, these Blood Moons, or these Ashioks. I did not see a bounce land during any of that, so I'm taking out Abrade. Also taking out all my bolts. And I actually think I'm taking out Force of Negation as well. Which I might end up regretting, but probably won't. Whatever it is, I think I'm ready. I think those are all really good cuts to make. We'll see how we can do. Keep this, it could be anything. I really don't want to see that stupid common from War of the Spark, though. Arboreal Grazer. Okay, tapped Valakut, that's fine. Giggy RL, thank you for the follow. Happy to have you here. Wonder why I'm not hearing those alerts go off. That could be why. Let's look for Aether Gust, Blood Moon, some of our gassier sideboard cards. I think Sinkhole counts, because they're almost certainly going to play a Dryad on turn 3. So I think I'm okay with just killing that Dryad. Do I hold open Remand? I think I do. I think I actually want to do that. Because we don't currently have enough cards in our graveyard to actually kill the Dryad. We could tap out and play it here. That might not be correct, though. And there's Cavern of Souls. So my play is completely ruined. See what they name here, though. Human. Knight of the Reliquary. That still dies to Sinkhole? Still dies to Sinkhole. They did not spend their uncounterable mana to cast it, however. Bottom that. Aether Gust is really good. Looking for a fetch land here so that I can Sinkhole this and still... Yikes. Okay. Land. That counts, I suppose. I'm just killing this immediately. The next turn we can play Thing in the Ice plus Aether Gust. So even if they have another Cavern of Souls, I don't think I care. Because we put a land on top followed by Ashiok. So assuming we can survive this turn, and they don't do anything particularly terrifying, we're gonna be in a good spot. Thank you, Giggy. Thank you for the positivity. Hopefully I can give you some good content here. Let's play Thing. They're representing Path to Exile, but it seems like a pure ramp deck like this wouldn't run interaction. A bounce land. Wow. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. This is an interesting deck. They're probably going to think they're super big brain by bouncing that Cavern of Souls back to their hand. We will show them who is actually big brain. Because even if they got Veil of Summer to back it up, it won't do anything. Because Aether Gust is worded the way Remand should be worded, and doesn't actually counter it. Okay, this is going to be some really sick tech. So we're going to start by Aether Gusting this. They're going to put it back on top because, again, they're like, oh, whatever. Sure. And then we're going to Ashiok and we're going to mill it. And that's how that works. Do we get refunds if the content isn't good? Yeah, considering it's free. Does that still constitute a refund? Goodbye, primetime. Now, if they play another primetime, then we could be in trouble. Probably not in trouble, though. Could be, though. They can also Veil Ashiok. They could, but they didn't leave open a green source, so I don't think they currently have Veil. I'm sorry, Justin. Justy Con. I'm sorry about that. But this is good. If you want to be a better Titan player, you can kind of like get in our mind and figure out like how we're playing this so that you can play around it, right? Does that make any sense? Like, it always helps to watch how pilots of your bad matchups think. That way you can navigate it better. Like, play around what they're playing around, that sort of stuff. Okay. So, I know it seems scary because there's this tireless tracker here that's going to give us a hard time. Ooh, and it is scary because my game plan was actually to mill with Ashiok. I was going to mill with Ashiok, right? And, ooh, yeah, that's not good. Yeah, I was going to mill ourselves with Ashiok so we could Sinkhole and then still hold open all this counter magic. Now it's not, now it's looking like that's not going to happen. go with Aether Gust here. We'll do that. We'll play the Scions. Discard a Deprive. Actually, let's discard Remand. We'll see what they're all about. They're probably going to swing at the Scions, but that's fine. We're essentially just using them as a trample enabler. Wow, another Celestial Purge. That's so good of them. Yeah, I respect this opponent a lot. They're playing really tight. Yeah, this player's really good. They brought in a bunch of excellent stuff against us. I guess the white splash might just be for Purge. Who knows? They've tapped their Cavern. I think that's a mistake. Because if they draw... Yeah, if they draw Prime Time, what are they going to do? Okay, let's deprive this. Put Mystic Sanctuary back in our hand. Do 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 do. We will kill this tireless tracker. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I definitely would butcher that. I'm already terrible with, like, English-sounding names is the thing. Oh yeah, they're also playing Night Thermal, I agree, but I don't know if neither Reliquary is enough of a justification to run white. Okay, Uncounterable Giant, sure. Is this Engineered Explosives? No, it's not. Okay, come on. Get a move on. Now we need Snapcaster Mage or some sort of card draw engine. Otherwise, they're going to kind of make our day rough. Or Blood Moon. Blood Moon would be nice. We draw Island. The classic. So they're going to be able to make a bunch of zombies here, right? 4 zombies, probably. Can't be countered. Aether Gust was still really sweet tech. The double purge really, really hurt. Yeah, I'd probably... Yeah, double field just makes sense here. Shame. If we had the Royal Scion... Oh my god. Yeah, we're dead. We're absolutely dead. Like, good on our opponent. They drew pretty hot. Yeah, that's 16 zombies. That's so lame. Thank you, Sergi. Yeah, our opponent just outplayed us, right? Like, they had Cavern. Yeah, the 2 Purges was so brutal. If either Ashiok or the Royal Scions stuck around that game, we probably could have just absolutely wiped the floor with them. This hand's good. Assuming they don't have another Purge. I'm aiming to beat it, but, you know, it's not up to me. I can try and play as tight as I possibly can, but in the end, you can only play so well. They probably have another Celestial Purge here, right? Yeah, I don't know why they didn't make it legendary. I don't know why Valakut's not legendary. Like, it feels so weird. I guess what we're doing now is just hoping that they don't have Cavern of Souls, but they do, like, most likely. So, if they do have Cavern, at least we can convert this Archmage's Charm. I will not lose my temper when they play Cavern of Souls. I will not lose my temper when they play Cavern of Souls. I will be calm, cool, and collected. They didn't play it. Neat. Okay. I think we're still just drawing 2 here. Nice. Good shit. Good shit. Love to see it. Because this style of control actually closes the game out quickly, and the thing about blue-white control and Grixis and whatever is that they just love having super slow, agonizing games of Magic. And I'm gonna be real, the longer a game of Magic goes on for me, the bigger chance there is that I'm gonna fuck up. So, if I can control the game enough to enjoy it, but also have an exit strategy, like, that's just killer. I am all about that. Yeah, I mean, Twin was a really, really good deck. I don't know why they got rid of it. But we're trying to pick up the pieces, play some Blue Moon, all that good stuff. Dryad, I think that we're going to Aether Gust that. Just to be proactive. And we can also mill with Ashiok here. They put him at the bottom. Probably playing Purge here, right? Yep. Not too surprised about that. So I think what we're going to do now, we'll start with an Opt. Flood Strand's pretty good. I think we just bounce Selesnya Sanctuary. Start going to town. Now if they play another Dryad, we can Magmatic Sinkhole that. We can Blood Moon with Aether Gust backup, all that good stuff. So with this trigger on the stack, we're going to kill this Dryad so that they can't play another land. Gonna leave Aether Gust on top because I think it's the best card in this matchup. I actually even like it better than Blood Moon, if I'm gonna be completely honest. Put Aether Gust on top. Go with Ral. Uptick Ral, put that Gust in our hand. Kamaith, thank you for the follow. Happy to have you here. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I think we got there. I would love a win button in Grixis. I would too. But in Izzet, you got Thing in the Ice. That's kind of your I win button. Which do you think is better, Breach or Blue Moon? I think Breach is more powerful, but way more taxing to play. I think, and it's a lot more inconsistent. It's got higher highs and lower lows. I think Titty is a little less powerful, but I'm more comfortable grinding leagues and playing longer events with it, because it's way easier to 4-1 and 5-0. Whereas with Breach, you have as many 2-3s as you do 5-0s. No, I think I'm going to watch The Witcher with my wife. I would do more, but I got to interact with her, and I kind of really, really want to as well, because it's been a long day. Okay, I feel like I missed a few other things. Yeah, that's why I let Breach, controlled the board long enough, and then Eldrazi them to death. Yeah, exactly. I love you all, though. Thanks for stopping by. This list is fun. It's super good. Felt really good to beat Amulet there. I mean, Titan. And it was cool seeing Aether Gust in action. I haven't seen that emote in a while. You've been here for a while, dude. Thank you, Apaco's the best. Alright. Yep, I will... In Grixis, I now play Gearhulking Tassigars. Like, it's fine, and Bolt Snap Bolt is real, but it's pretty hard to get that to the point of breaking. Yeah, most modern decks really, really need something busted in order to compete. And I think Blood Moon and Mystic Sanctuary are busted enough cards to warrant running Izzet. I don't think Archmage's Charm is busted, but it's a really, really good interactive spell. And I think the Deprive Sanctuary Lock is excellent in this deck. I think it's really sweet. Alright, that's all from me. I'll see y'all later. Have a good night.